China's official name is the People's Republic of China, also known as mainland China. This is the most populous country in the world, with a population of over 1,405,000,000 people. With an area of about 9,596,000 square kilometers, China is the fourth largest country by land area in the world, and the third or fourth largest by total area depending on the method of measurement. China's history dates back more than 5,000 years and was the most civilized country in the world in ancient times. China is the country that invented paper, the compass, gunpowder, and printing technology. China now has the second largest economy in the world after the US. The landscape of this vast and varied country varies from vast forests to desolate deserts. From the endless high mountains to the most modern civilized cities in the world. From the rivers that stretch to the most densely populated neighborhoods on Earth. From romantic beaches to magnificent historic temples. We invite you to explore the 10 most famous landmarks in China with us. Hello audience. China is a country with so many landmarks that perhaps no tourist can visit them all. According to many travel guides and explorers around the world, they have struggled, and sometimes disagreed, when it comes to choosing the most famous places in China. Based on the number of tourists visiting, and is recognized as a wonder of the world by the United Nations agency, UNESCO. Then here are the 10 most famous landmarks in China. In 10th place is Suzhou in Jiangsu Province, 30 minutes from Shanghai by high-speed train. Suzhou is also known as the paradise on earth, with its rich, poetic, and ancient land. The canals, the 100-year-old stone bridges, ancient and beautiful temples. This is also a place with an almost perfect combination of nature, rivers and lakes, and modern art and civilization architecture. The most famous is the system of interlaced canals, intersecting horizontal and vertical. Therefore, Suzhou is also known as the Venice of China. Boats carrying tourists drift gently on the green water, is a very romantic image of this city. Nowadays, life in the city in Suzhou is crowded but not noisy. Modern architecture spring up everywhere but still retain the artistic, calm, and serene features. Sailing is a very popular pastime here. Every year, Suzhou attracts a large number of visitors from all over the world, with its spectacular and extremely skillful sailing races. In 9th place is Chengdu, the capital of Sichuan Province, in southwestern China. This is the city that is also known as the happiest city in China. Chengdu seems to have a very harmonious architecture between ancient features and modern civilized buildings. However, the highlight and attract most visitors is the Giant Panda Research Center. Here, visitors can visit and get close to the extremely cute panda bears. This is a bear native to China, with a distinctive appearance with large black patches around the eyes, on the ears, and 4 legs. 99% of pandas' food is bamboo, so visitors will be delighted to witness how skillful and experienced the pandas are to peel and eat bamboo. Next to this center is the largest public square in Chengdu, for choirs and Tai Chi practice. The most famous dish in Chengdu is dumplings. This is a folk dish with a thin crust and filling made from fresh ingredients, minced meat, or vegetables, along with a rich flavor that is now popular all over the world. The 8th place is Sichuan, located in southwestern China. It is an important economic center, and is also an attractive destination for many visitors to learn about its long history, beautiful natural landscape, and great religious architecture. First of all, it is Xi'an giant Buddha, the largest Buddha statue in the world. The statue was carved into a cliff, dating back to 1,300 years, and is considered the oldest stone Buddha statue, and the tallest in the world. The most special thing about this statue is that the hair is made from 1021 twisted curls, neatly and beautifully arranged side by side. For the ancient Chinese, building a statue of great size and stature was a way to show gratitude and reverence to the gods. In history, people have seen this statue shed tears 4 times, with eyes closed to create a hope for Buddhists, every time a great accident happens. Next is Xi'an Valley Nature Reserve with an area of 60,000 hectares, located at an altitude of over 3,000 meters in the north of Sichuan province. This place is likened to a picture of a wonderland, filled with colors ranging from crimson to apricot yellow, earthy yellow, mixed with green leaves shadowing the crystal-clear lake bed. Xi'an Valley consists of primeval forests with more than 200 kinds of precious trees. Sichuan people are famous for eating the spiciest food in China, especially tofu with Sichuan sauce, famous everywhere, made from tofu, minced meat, hot chili sauce, and lots of pepper. According to some diners, this dish can make the tongue of the eater numb. In 7th place is the city of Hangzhou in Xi'an province, and 180 kilometers south of Shanghai. Hangzhou is a famous and most prosperous city in China, and is ranked in the list of 10 most beautiful cities in China. Although in recent times many new urban areas have been built, Hangzhou still retains many valuable historical and cultural heritages. One of Hangzhou's most famous landscapes is West Lake, which covers an area of more than 6 square kilometers and is divided into 5 small lakes. Hangzhou has a complex of tourist attractions including old temples, old quarter, as well as a natural landscape that blends the beauty of lakes and mountains. Hangzhou is world famous for its Longjing tea, named after the small village in Hangzhou, in the middle of one of China's most beautiful countryside. In 6th place is the city of Xi'an, in northwest China's Shanxi province. It is one of the oldest cities in China with a history of more than 3,100 years, and 13 Chinese dynasties have established their capital here. The most prominent in Xi'an is the Terracotta Army Museum, which is one of the greatest archaeological discoveries of the 20th century. Discovered in 1974, this places the tomb of 8,000 warriors, horses, and about 10,000 bronze weapons skillfully crafted from the 3rd century BC. The Terracotta Army was buried by Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of China, circa 210 BC. And this place has been designated as a World Heritage Site by UNESCO. Another highlight is the Xi'an Ancient Citadel, known as the most beautiful ancient city after the Great Wall of China. Xi'an Ancient Citadel, built by Zhou Yuanzhang, the first king of the Ming dynasty, has a history of more than 600 years. The wall is 12 meters high, the footwall is 18 meters thick, the surface is from 12 to 14 meters wide, surrounded by a deep moat. In the ancient citadel, there is also the giant Wild Goose Pagoda, which is considered one of the greatest masterpieces of ancient Chinese architecture. In 5th place is Guilin, located in the Zhuang Autonomous Region in Guangxi, northeast China. Guilin is likened to a beautiful girl in the river. Guilin does not have skyscrapers, busy shopping streets. There are only charming feng shui mountains, floating rafts, and rustic ancient bridges. However, this place is still one of the most attractive destinations for tourists from all over the world. This is a famous cultural tourist destination. Coming here, visitors will admire the beautiful natural scenery, green mountains. In Xi'an, there is also the Li River with poetic and gentle beauty. If you take a river cruise, you can feel the beauty of the river up close. The Li River is a landscape of blue water, strange mountains silhouetted, fields along the banks, painting on the Li River a beautiful landscape picture. The hills are located next to the banks of the Li River, some 300 meters high, where visitors can enjoy the panoramic view of Xi'an and Li River with poetic and mystical beauty. Located near the Li River is a Xi'an pedestrian street. Here visitors can find typical dishes, and many fashion and souvenir shops are located along both sides of the road. The length of the road is exactly 666 meters. This is the luckiest number according to the Chinese concept. In fourth place is Hong Kong, located in the Pearl River Basin, southern China. Hong Kong is one of the world's most important global financial centers, and has the largest number of skyscrapers in the world. And this is Hong Kong's fourth tallest building, the center, 346 meters high with 73 floors, and has a total area of more than 1,400,000 square meters. This building features a modern lighting system that shines brightly on the city of Hong Kong every night. Next to it is the Bank of China Tower, which is equally tall with the shape of a sharp blade, which is also often criticized as unsuitable for feng shui. And this is Lantau Island, the largest island in Hong Kong, famous for its large Buddha statue located on the top of the mountain, amidst the majestic mountains, immense green. The statue weighs 202 tons and is cast in solid bronze. And visitors will have to climb 268 coal steps to reach the lower part of the statue. Hong Kong is known as the shopping paradise of Asia. There are not only the world's top shopping malls, but also huge local shopping arcades, stocking a wide range of items, from fashion clothing to electronics and souvenirs, in which Lee Gardens and Ladies Market shopping streets are the most talked about. Many visitors said that shopping in this area is very enjoyable, partly because visitors can freely choose and pay for their favorite items, but the sellers are still extremely friendly. And here is the monastery with 10,000 golden Buddhas in Hong Kong, with all sorts of animated statues of different shapes and sizes, that it took 10 years to bring all of these statues up to the monastery. To reach the monastery, visitors have to climb 400 coal steps around the hillside, with many Buddha statues on both sides. Stretching around Hong Kong Harbor is Victoria Bay, with the beautiful pedestrian street Seam Sha Shui. Stonecutters Bridge is considered a powerful symbol of Hong Kong Harbor. The Hong Kong Tsing Ma Suspension Bridge is the largest bridge in Asia and the 7th largest in the world. If you stand on the bridge, you can enjoy the panoramic view of the beautiful port of Hong Kong from above. And perhaps the most famous dish of Hong Kong that every visitor who comes here must try is dim sum. This is a breakfast dish with dozens of different foods, the most popular being shumai, dumplings, chicken feet, and pork ribs. In third place is the city of Shanghai, located in the East Sea of China. This is the most populous city in China with over 24 million people, and is considered a symbol of China's economic development. Shanghai City is a unique intersection of Eastern and Western cultures. This place still retains a lot of traditional Asian traditions, inside a magnificent and civilized city, with many of the most modern architectural works in the world. Coming to Shanghai, visitors will surely be overwhelmed by the massive shopping malls, close-knit fashion boutiques, and sophisticated handicraft stores. The Bund is considered a shining pearl that attracts a lot of international tourists. The Shanghai Road is more than 1 kilometer long, and is home to the city's historical sites, as well as modern 21st century buildings. The cultural interference of East and West is very evident in the colonial architectural works. Oriental Pearl TV Tower is the third tallest TV tower in the world, with a height of 469 meters and is the pride of Shanghai. From the top of the tower, visitors can see the whole city with a telescope. With its location right in the heart of Shanghai, Xindiandi has become a neighborhood with a strange charm, ancient but extremely modern and bustling. Xindiandi is a young people's paradise, a gathering area of bustling bars and restaurants regardless of day and night. This is also a gathering place for international tourists and locals. Cruise on the Huangpu River, winding around Shanghai, silhouetted against skyscrapers and brightly colored lights, will be an unforgettable experience. Yu Garden is a large and old garden in Shanghai, located next to the shrine of the emperor. When you step through the garden gate, you will feel a peaceful atmosphere. Although Shanghai is a crowded city with a fast-paced life every minute, locals like to find moments of comfort by joining in the rhythm of the street exercises. In second place is the Great Wall of China, located in the north of China. The Great Wall of China is considered as the greatest construction, and is one of the oldest and most majestic man-made wonders still in existence today, and is a symbol of Chinese civilization of the time. Ancient. This is a collection of many stone ramparts, built about 2,500 years ago, stretching tens of thousands of kilometers from east to west, which functioned as a military defense line to protect China Kingdom from invasions by northern nomadic tribes, such as the Mongols or the Manchus. It is estimated that up to 800,000 people were used for the construction, and thousands of people died here. The Great Wall is like a stone dragon winding through 15 provinces of China. According to an archaeological study in 2012, the Great Wall of China was at that time 21,196 kilometers long, and 7 meters high and about 6 meters wide. However, after thousands of years of destruction due to wars and natural disasters, it was only about 8,850 kilometers long in the Ming Dynasty. The Great Wall of China is like a poem associated with the enduring will and the tragic and heroic history of the Chinese people. The most prominent legend about the Great Wall of China is the story of the female Mengjiang who cried for a long time about the lady Mengjiang whose husband was a scholar. On the night of his wedding, he was forced by the court to build the Great Wall. When winter came, she knitted her husband's clothes and walked the length of the wall asking for news. When she received the bad news that her husband was dead and buried under the wall, she cried for 3 days and 3 nights, her tears mixed with blood. Mengjiang's cry echoed 8 miles away, knocking down a section of the wall, revealing her husband's dead body. She buried her husband, then jumped into the sea to commit suicide. This story has become one of the 4 most famous folk legends in Chinese culture, next to the tale of the lovers Liang Shanbo and Zhu Yingtai. Ranked first is the capital Beijing, located in northern China. This is a city with a long history of over 3,000 years, attracting visitors with too many magnificent royal palaces, with vast modern high-rise buildings. Beijing has many famous places, but the most prominent is the Forbidden City, located in the middle of Beijing City. This place has a large space and wonderful scenery and history. This palace belongs to the Ming and Qing dynasties, with the largest scale and most intact preserved in the world. The palace was built in 1406, with 980 buildings on an area of 720,000 square meters. The most prominent are the yellow lapis lazuli roof tiles, the color symbolizing the power of the Chinese court. Tiananmen Square is one of the world-famous squares with an area of nearly 44 hectares. The north side of the square is the Gate of Tiananmen, and the south is the Front Gate, the west is the Assembly Hall of the People, and the east is the National Museum. The whole square area is surrounded by the most famous and massive scenic spots of Beijing capital. Temple of Heaven, built in 1420, and where the Ming and Qing emperors performed rituals to the God of Heaven, is one of the most important ceremonies of the dynasties. The Summer Palace is the resting place of Empress Dowager Cixi, the woman who ruled the Qing dynasty for 47 years, from 1861. This is a place to enjoy the beauty of nature in a peaceful and elegant setting. Wangfujing Pedestrian Street was formed more than 300 years ago, is the busiest commercial area in Beijing, and is also famous as a food court at night. The most modern architecture that has attracted many visitors is the Beijing Olympic Stadium, also known as the Bird's Nest Stadium, which has a capacity of 91,000 people, and is one of the largest Olympic venues in the world. Beijing National Opera House, also known as the Egg Theater, has a unique modern architecture like a pearl, floating on the lake. In addition to the beautiful scenery, famous architecture, Beijing is also known as the culinary capital of China. The most prominent dish is Peking duck. Although roast duck is available everywhere, but the taste of roast duck in Beijing is definitely once eaten. Visitors will remember it forever, not to be confused with other places. Peking duck is indeed an important dish in the royal court banquet. China is a vast country with a history and culture spanning over 5,000 years, so there are so many places to explore. The 10 places that we have just discovered tell only a little about the country and people of China. Hopefully, the past experiences have also brought the audience moments of understanding more about China. See you again in other videos.